Welcome guys. Welcome to video series on web development using Angular. So this is second session from this video series and the title of this video is about Angular. We are going to learn some more thing about Angular. So let us start and go Angular. So in this video we are going to discuss very first history of Angular, that is what are the different versions, and when they were released in the market, what are the features included in that different versions. Next, we are going to discuss semantic versioning. That is a special type of process to give the numbers to the different versions of Angular. What it contains, how semantic versions are there, what are its part, we are going to discuss that thing. And last but not the least, this session we are concluding with what are the prerequisites for learning the Angular. So we start with history of Angular. So in 2010, there is a birth of AngularJS. It is one of the web development framework developed in Google. So Google has given the name, or the team has given the name Angular, because we are using the Angular brackets for HTML or in a web development. So they are given the name as Angular. And why JS? Because this initial framework in 2010 was developed in JavaScript, or it is based on JavaScript. So it is Angular JS, or sometimes it is referred as Angular 1.x, a first version of just Angular. So last major stable release for this Angular JS was 1.7.x. But after 2010, there is a more and more demand in industry for web development facility or web development framework. So many framework are emerged after 2010 for web development, and Angular JS is not able to fulfill this demand from the industry for web development. So in 2014, Google decided to rewrite its own framework, that is Angular JS. And from 2014 to 2016, whole Angular JS framework is rewritten from the same team who built the Angular JS. And this new version is called as just Angular 2 because it is not developed in JavaScript. It is developed in new language called as TypeScript, which is again an open source language developed by Microsoft company. So this Angular 2 is based on TypeScript, which is a superscript of JavaScript, and it is different than Angular JS. There are certain drawbacks with Angular JS that all drawbacks are removed in this Angular. And it is TypeScript based framework to develop the dynamic web applications. Then Angular 3 is not developed, or Angular 3 version is not in a market. It is skipped. The number 3 was skipped. Why? Because whatever the modules in Angular, they are having different versions. For example, Angular core module is having 2.x version name. Angular compiler is also having 2.x version, but Angular router module is having 3.x version. The version it is far away by one number from another modules in Angular. So to avoid the confusion between the version numbers between the different module of Angular, Angular 3 was skipped. This number was skipped, and Angular 4 was released in March 2017, which is backward compatible with Angular 2.x.x for most of the application. So there is no major changes in Angular 4 from Angular 2. Next, Angular 5 was released in November 2017, guys. And this version is having the new features such as build optimizer, compiler improvements are there. RxJS 5.5 support is there. New router life cycle is also introduced in this Angular 5. So what do you mean by this RxJS 5.5? We will learn in upcoming session. Don't worry about that. This is just a new feature in Angular. Then Angular 6.0.0 was released on May 2018, and it was released along with Angular CLI 6 and Angular Material 6. These are new modules or new functionality introduced in Angular 6. Then Angular 7 was released in October 2008 with new facility. Then Angular 8 was released in May 2019 with Builder API, CLI, web worker supports, dynamic imports for routers, configurations, differential loading. So many features are there. And currently in market, Angular 9 is there. So Angular 9 is the latest major release in the market. So it was released on February 6, 2020. Angular 9 is called as Angular 2020. So smaller bundle size, faster testing, better debugging, improved style sheets or style binding, improved type checking. These are the features in Angular 9. And basically in this video series, we are going to cover Angular 8 and Angular 9. But don't worry, we will learn all the concepts related to Angular. So these all versions are backward compatible with each other. So if you want to see the all detailed things about what are these versions, how these versions are changed, you follow this blog, the Angular change log. There each and every information about Angular versions, upcoming facilities are here. You can go and check the details. Next, we are going to see what do you mean by semantic versioning. So Angular follows semantic versioning. It is one process or one style to give the version numbers. So Angular version numbers have three parts: major version, minor part, and patch. Major.minor.patch. This is the naming style. So for example, when version is 7.2.11, it indicates major version as 7, minor version as 2, and patch level or patch release as 11. So we'll see one by one. What do you mean by patch releases? So patch releases are there in a market whenever there is a bug fix. Any bug is fixed or low risk bug is fixed, this release is there. So there is no developer assistance is required for your applications during this update. So simply you can update your application to this patch release. Automatically Angular will handle the things. Next is minor release. Contains new smaller features. So whenever new smaller features are introduced to Angular, this minor releases are there in market. Minor releases are fully backward compatible with its previous versions. Again, there is no developer assistance is required or it is expected during this update, but you can optionally modify your apps and libraries to being using new APIs, features, and capabilities by these minor releases. Next is major releases, which contains significant new features. Some but minimal developer assistance is expected during the update to major releases. So when updating to a new major releases, you may need to run some update scripts, or sometimes you have to refactor the code. So obviously, eventually when you are refactoring code, you have to run some additional test. And for developer side, whenever there is a major releases, they have to learn these new APIs. That is how to use these new APIs to develop web apps. So this is all about semantic versioning. So whenever you want to learn these things, you have to follow these versionings. So what is release frequency for this versioning by Google? So in general, Google is following release cycle as mentioned here. The major release is there for every 6 months. Means Angular is get updated twice a year. 1 to 3 minor releases are there for each major release. A patch release or pre-release build is there in market almost every week. Every week, whenever there is a bug fixation, such patch release is there. So this is a release frequency. So now we are going to discuss what are the prerequisites to learn the Angular, such Angular. What you how in your brain, what you should know. So you should have the basic concepts in your brain for HTML, CSS, that is cascading style sheet, and JavaScript. If you know some of the basic concepts or the knowledge about these technologies, you can able to learn Angular. Again, to learn Angular, you must know or you should know some concept, or you should know this new language, TypeScript, which is a superset of JavaScript. Don't worry, my friends. I will teach you TypeScript also in this video series. So we'll learn TypeScript and Angular in this video series. All your worries on my head. So thank you guys for watching this video from Rise and Shine. If you feel this video is informative for you, some gain is there, like, share, and subscribe to our channel and our videos. Keep watching, keep learning. Till then,